Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. I am Glory, the Golden Light Goddess, and I'm here today to do a general reading for the sign of Libra for May 2018. I'll be using two decks today. The main deck is the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, and then I'll be pulling one guidance card from the Chakra Insight Oracle deck by Karen Sangster. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading for the month of May. We're starting out with the overall energy card for the month of May, which happens to be a major arcana, the judgment card coming up in the reverse. Now this judgment card upright is about making solid decisions, having good judgment, or perhaps even dealing with a legal situation. When we see the judgment card coming up in the reverse like this, it really speaks to being indecisive, not being able to make a firm commitment or a firm decision that is currently up for you. It could also mean that there's some self-doubt or maybe even false accusations going on for you. Also with the judgment card, if you are dealing with a legal battle, we certainly want to see this judgment card in the upright position. So again, this is about being indecisive, about being having maybe self-doubts and maybe even some false accusations going on there. So we'll take a look now at the rest of your cards and see how they line up here with this judgment card coming up in the reverse. All right. So calling on my guides, angels, teachers, helpers, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Libra, asking for guidance, clarity, wisdom, and vision as we look at the energies coming in for the sign of Libra for the month of May 2018. Asking for 5 cards that would provide perfect guidance and clarity for the sign of Libra for the month of May 2018. Can't believe it's already May. We're almost halfway through 2018 already. So time is definitely not waiting on anyone at this point. All right. Also, if you know your rising sign or your moon sign, I encourage you to take a look at those readings as well to check for any additional clarity that may be available for you in the month of May 2018. Libra, May 2018. All right, so that feels pretty good, Libra. So we'll go ahead now and give the cards a cut and see where we are. All right, and I am doing a 5-card spread this month, and this spread will talk about what the meaning of the cards are as they come out here. All right, so let's start out. We're actually looking at 5 things, which is your internal power, your abundance, your romance, your challenge card, as well as your final outcome card. So we'll start here with your internal power, which happens to be the Ace of Wands here. I'll try to get this so you can see it really good here. It's the Ace of Wands, and it's all about something new. As an internal power, it could signify a new romance, a new project, or a new job. So if you have recently had something new start for you, then that is actually serving as an internal force, an internal providing you with additional fortitude and strength, strengthening you, and you're obviously deriving some joy from doing this. When we see the Ace of Wands coming up in the upright, it also signifies an urge to create something new. So if you aren't pursuing that new idea, that new job, that new inspiration or project, then certainly the month of May will provide you with intuition and guidance, as well as the energy to get that done. So again, the Ace of Wands coming out as your internal power. Next up, we have the Lover's card coming up in the reverse here as your abundance card. So when we see the Lover's card, it's all about being passionate about usually a person or something that is very close to your heart. When we see the Lover's card in the reverse here in your abundance sector, we are the energy of this card is still a major arcana. It does still represent the energy of the Lover's card. However, when we see this in the reverse this way, we are looking more at discord or regrets. So there may be some regrets or some conflict or discord around your finances in the month of May. So that's something to certainly be mindful of and something to be aware of as you move throughout the energy there in the month of May. Again, looking at discord, conflict, some sort of staticky energy going on there around your finances. Now, next up we have your romance card, and in the romance card, it looks like, or in the romance sector, it looks like you're really emotionally involved with someone here. This could also indicate I'm getting a really dreamy feeling holding this card and looking at it, feeling as if perhaps the words that are coming to me here are like fantasy, dreamy fantasy type of energy. That could be good or, quote unquote bad, however you want to label that. It could go either way, basically, is what I'm saying here. So I'm getting a very dreamy, fantasy-like feeling around the romance area. So it could be that you're really enjoying your partner, you're really expanding and looking at new ways to meet your mutual goals, or it could be that you're fantasizing about someone that's not in your life, that you're not actually with, and just have these dreams, thoughts, and ideas about this individual. Not getting an impression either way as to whether or not this is something you should pursue or something you should step out on. Perhaps there are reasons why this is something that you're fantasizing about and not actually taking any action on that. So I'll caution myself there on speaking on how this fantasy feeling, this dream-like feeling is manifesting for you in your romance area. Of course, these are general readings in nature and not intended to address specific personal issues. It is just a general reading that if this energy does, if what I'm saying does ring true for you and your situation, then certainly just something to be mindful of there. All right. And that is also your third major arcana as well. I have that with the Lover's card as well as the Judgment card here. So could be dealing with some changes coming up in the month of May as well, Libra. Now, your challenge card is going to be the Page of Cups. This feels like a message that's coming in that you obviously have an emotional tie to. There's some emotional connection to the information, data, or messages that are attached to this energy. Now, because it's in the challenge position, what that says to me is that the information or data that you do get could potentially present a challenge for you. Something that absolutely impacts your emotional state, your state of mind, even. It could be relationship oriented, because cups do speak to relationships, as opposed to wands being more of a physical or material thing. So this could be surrounding a relationship. That relationship could be a casual one, a romantic one, a family relationship even, but some sort of message coming in that has an emotional attachment or an emotional charge is presenting itself as a challenge for Libras in the month of May. All right. So your final outcome card here. We do have the Five of Pentacles coming in as your final outcome card. Now, as a final outcome card, this card also represents a challenge. The Five of Pentacles is about poverty, lack, worry, isolation, things of that nature. This card could also indicate medical issues, health related concerns going on. I can't help but notice that the Judgment card appears again right underneath this Five of Pentacles. I do note as well that this time it's coming up in the upright. So the connection here, and I think the reason why I'm being drawn to look at the Judgment card there, is that as a reminder to Libras to not judge this too heavily. Whatever's going on here, represented by the Five of Pentacles as your outcome card. And I also note that that's right next to your challenge card, which was that emotional message that was coming in. So perhaps a message coming in that not only affects you emotionally, but also leaves you feeling depleted and as if something is missing. Again, I'm also guided to mention that this could be related to a health concern. And if so, of course, go see your doctor, go, do whatever follow-up you need to do. Whatever's light for you is right for you. All right, so as an overall, you had the Judgment card come in the reverse as your overall energy, and then it's also making its presence known here again in the upright, right underneath this Five of Pentacles. So again, really feeling strongly that it'll be important for Libras in the month of May to be very aware of how you're judging people, places, things, situations. Again, that this could also indicate some self-doubt, seeing the Judgment card come up in the reverse. So if that is the case for you, address those doubts. Take a very close look at why you're doubting yourself in the process, and see if there's anything that comes to you to maybe help you to move past that. All right, so that does conclude the main portion of your reading for the month of May. And we'll go ahead now and take a look at your final guidance card, which again comes from Karen Sangster's Chakra Insight Oracle deck. Calling on my guides, angels, teachers, helpers, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Libra, asking for one additional guidance card to close out their reading for the month of May 2018. Giving thanks. There we go. All right. Well, that one jumped right out for us, Libra. So let's take a look and see What's going on here? Oh, wow. You have family, belonging, community, culture, and tribe. Now, what I'm picking up right away in this card is that um, your connections to your community, family is not only your blood relatives. Family could be the tribe that you associate with, the community, as this card mentions here, that you find connection with. For Libras in the month of May, it will be important for you to connect with your tribe, connect with your community. I also see culture listed on this card, so perhaps even connecting with your culture. Some of you may even be doing things such as the DNA, where you're looking to see about your history. If you're working on a project like that, that's really a good thing for you right now. Connecting to your ancestors, your family heritage, things of that nature will really be helpful with for Libras in the month of May. As I mentioned, and what I'm picking up the most here in your reading is the judgment, as well as the fantasy card. A lot of dreamy fantasy type of energy going on in the romantic sector, which, as I mentioned, that is not necessarily a bad thing. You know, it's just is what it is. But here I again am getting a very strong impression that in the month of May, it will really be a very positive thing to make those connections with your tribe, your community, and perhaps even your culture. One other thing that's jumping out about this card is belonging. Feeling like you belong, like you're connected to something, will also help with working through some of the energy that we see in play here. So any way that you're able to make those connections will be helpful for you. All right, Libra, so that does conclude your reading for the month of May 2018. I do wish you abundant connections and loving connections in the month of May, and I look forward to seeing you back here in the month of June. Namaste.